Oh, hello. Sorry, I've just been talking with my mic muted like a donkey. Um, that's my bad. Yeah, cool. Sorry about that, Rebus. The quickest way to for me to be able to see if there's any issues. One second would help if I got the stream up as well. I'm not used to streaming on a Friday, so I'm a little bit disoriented. But if there's any issues or anything, just chat directly on Twitch. I've got it. It will come up overlaid on my screen so I can actually see. Okay. Um. So yeah, sorry about that. Now the other thing is, why isn't? Okay, yeah, no, that's working fine. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. I think that's right. So yeah, I mean, I was just tidying everything up. This isn't unexpected. This movement, okay. So we've come up, come down, come up, we've come down. You know, hit the 382, come back up, we come down. You know, I'd expect us to come up. Like the pattern's not broken, okay. So while the pattern's there, we just play the pattern or the channel. You know, if you wanna call it a channel. You know, um, I don't see anything untoward here. A lot of people are panicking. They're panicking because we just had a bit of a bear dip. You know, it's possible that we come back down. Yes, we could come down to fill this FEG that I've been saying since February. Um, you know, that's not a problem. Why is it not a problem? Because the further it comes back down, the further it's going to come back up, right? On the weekly time frame, we're still above the 0.66. We rejected off the 25-day MA here. Okay, so we could come back down. See how we hold in the golden pocket. Let me just do this. There's no point changing this yet. Because until this is changed, why do we need to change it? Still respecting the same old TA, like there. Like you can see it bounced off the 0.66 from the previous low to the recent high. It's just rejected off the 0.66. So this is expected movements. There's nothing untoward here. When I say expected movements, they're movements that are generally, you can see going to happen. Like a reaction is going to happen at this level, or a reaction is going to happen at that level. Okay, not that like it's 100% guaranteed to happen. Sorry, 1 second. I just got a message on Discord. Okay, cool. So I didn't notice it straight away. So yeah, the target here is, let me just, that was the breakout there. And that'll do 91,146, for the inverted head and shoulders. So that means if we're playing this pattern, okay, this can come back up, come back down, and come back up. So we've got another couple attempts yet. Or for all we know, it could just do this. It's not impossible. We don't know exactly how it's going to play out. Just I'm expecting that pattern to play out. Now let's have a look at the total market cap. Now, as you can see, people started taking money out. Okay, so we broke below the channel here. Okay, so it's expected to come back to the channel. It wasn't expected to break out, break below. Okay, that wasn't expected, but it's still fine at the minute. We've got this huge chunk of support below us. Okay, I'll probably just narrow that down actually. Yeah. Probably about that. I don't know why it's such a big block that I've marked up. Doesn't really make much sense, but I mean we've got quite a bit of support here. Now the interesting thing is that no, that's not a trend fib. Okay, so let me remove this. Did we reach our target? No, we're just off the target, but that's fine. Let me remove that, and let me remove this. Okay, so I'm going to show you on the total market cap here. It's going to be a bit difficult on the 4 hour, I think. And then let me put that there for now. Don't forget to say hi, by the way, guys. Don't be shy. I mean, I find personally the stream goes a lot better when people are interacting, because then I can sort of tailor what I'm showing you guys more to what you want to see rather than just what I'm doing. Okay, so on the total crypto market cap right now, okay, what did I delete then? I don't know what I deleted, but it weren't what I wanted. Okay, so we're still between the 0.5 and the 0.382. Okay. Okay. All right. Sorry, Capo. It's probably because I didn't have the overlay up, mate. Just tell me to shut up. So people are threatened at the minute. Like I'm seeing messages that all over Twitter and whatnot at the minute. Like everyone's so bearish, and I can understand why. I can. But at the same time, like you have to just zoom out sometimes. So looking at this, okay, we're entering support, an area of support now. As you can see, it already reacted at the top of the support. So I don't think really. Let me just go off there. Like it's broken below there, but is it setting a new uptrend there? I mean, basically, as long as it doesn't drop below, let me do this. So it's 1, it's 2. And 3. Okay, let me color these all support, support, and support. Okay, so why is that one there? Donkey. No, should be there. Okay, so the reason why I've drawn those there, okay, is because they're the swing lows. Okay, so if we drop below this first one, okay, here, if we drop below this, let me get the paint tool up. If we drop below that, okay, so that will be a new recent swing low. Okay, if we drop below this one, let's mark it here. So if it drops below that, that's a new recent swing low. If we drop below that, that takes out that one. But as long as we stay above this one, we've still got a higher low. Okay, so this is short term, this is mid term, this is long term now. Okay, this is how I would do it. So short term, this is just on total crypto cap. Okay, it's not actually on Bitcoin at the minute. Mid term, and then long term. Okay, so as long as we're above those, there's no need to worry right now. None at all. Okay, you should have got in down the bottom. Anyway, that would have been the best time to get in. Let me get rid of that because it's obvious we're in a downtrend. Okay, now the most important thing for me right now is if we lose this midterm. Okay, if we lose that midterm, so this, then we're below the short term 0.5 speed fan. Okay, now we could go below the short term and hold the midterm. That's fine. As the days progress, obviously, I wouldn't like us to see the short term lost. If we do, we do. It's not the end of the world. Okay. No, that's cool. I can take the frame out. That's not a problem. I was in two minds about it anyway, to be honest, over that frame. Let me just bear with me. Do that and then there we go, magic. Haha. So, I mean, I've got a few things that I can add on. I've got like a little bar to go across the top of the screen or at the bottom of the screen. Actually, let me just reposition the avatar. There we go. Sorry about this, guys. Just wanted to show you that cool animation, you know. Get the Bitcoin rolling. Now the short term, yeah, where was I? Okay, so we've got the 0.5. Okay, if we lose that 0.5, okay, then I'd say we're probably gonna have a small problem. If you want, that's why it's such a big support. That's my main theory right now. Okay. Because all through the uptrend we were above the 382. Okay, but then we bounced off the 0.5. Now this is also quite interesting. This is what we got to think. Like last time we touched it. Okay. We did a bounce, did another bounce, and then we shot up. Okay, so that's something to be aware of here. That's possible. Okay, so here, let me just zoom in. Okay, if we come back down and touch the 0.5 now, it could be quite good. You know, it could be. And it could see us go off to a new high, basically. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? I was just trying to think. Like there isn't really anything to say any more than what I already have. Okay. They're the points we need to watch on the crypto market cap. It's holding the support line nicely here. Short term time frame, you know, let's see how it does. I wouldn't like to see it lost, but it's not the end of the world if we lose that low. Okay, medium term is where you want to start sort of like, oh, okay, hold on. Let's reassess this situation. Okay. Bitcoin dominance, it's doing what I said it would on my stream. So 25th, yeah. You know, I said on my last stream we could possibly go sideways. So from Monday, I said we could possibly go sideways. We hit this and bounce off, and that's what we've done. Look, we come across, we bounced it. I mean, we kept going down, we went down, but we hit the trend line and we bounced off up. Okay, and then it's hit resistance again, and then it's come back down. So like, none of this, like none of what I'm seeing is stuff that we haven't already seen. Again, like this until it breaks, there's not a lot else that can be updated in terms of analysis. You know, I'm hoping. Now we're going into the weekend, so I'm not expecting much. We could drop over the weekend. You know, it'd be nice if we see something like that and then a drop. Okay, that'd be nice. If that plays out, we're going into alt season. Okay, we need Bitcoin's dominance to drop for us to start coming into alt season. Okay. But yeah, there's like a nice simple pattern there. Nothing to really be concerned about. So look, USDT. Now this is interesting. Okay. So this I marked on my last stream Monday. See? So I marked this up on Monday, and I said I told people to be careful. You know, and look what's happened. We've gone sideways and then we bounced off. Okay, so now if we don't retake this midpoint, we're going to come back down. So it's not the end of the world, but like I've shown it every time. Like it just every time bounce up. Okay, so is this going to bounce up? Who knows? Let's find out. So yeah, let me just remove that now, because right now, I mean, we've got our resistance here. That comes right the way across to the Christmas time, where we saw a dip. Okay. That's where people started cashing out. Now, don't forget at the same time, right? The end of this month is tax season. Okay, everyone's going to want their money coming out to pay their taxes for the gains they've had for the last year. Okay, so April will be where hopefully you start to see it come back. Okay, April is where you really start seeing the money. In which case we could possibly come up to the resistance again. Let's have a look. You know, so that's over the weekend. This could climb, where people are just taking their money out, and then possibly start seeing USDT dominance dip. Like, it's not going to happen instantaneously. Okay. Nothing's ever instantaneous. If it was, a lot of us would be millionaires already. And then, yeah, we wouldn't even be trading. Probably would be laying back on a sun lounge on a beach somewhere, watching the world go by. Hopefully, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Or even a log cabin in the mountains. That'd be nice. Whatever's your flavour, really. So yeah. Also, if you know how to snip that out. Snip that last bit where I'm saying about, like, you know, with the tax season coming and it's possibly alt season coming soon. Because look, I mean, it's lining up. It's lining up. Okay. So let me find. Let me find it. Can never find what I'm looking for on TradingView. Bit annoying. Vertical line. There we go. There you go. On the first. And I'm going to do another text. Expected breakout. Let's go. 1st of February. 1st of April. 1st of February. Door. Right, and then from here I'll do the same thing. Vertical line. And then text. Expected breakdown, because it's USDT dominance there. Okay. Now that's not, by the way, like this. There's no There's no confluence on these points. So these expected breakouts that I'm putting and breakdowns, they're literally like, I should change that to a breakdown, to be honest. These are just guesses right now. There's no like confluence there for me to say this is the date that this is going to happen. Like when I said there was going to be 105k Bitcoin, there was quite a lot of confluence. You know, so that's surprising. That should have been a stronger reaction there because that was on confluence. Look. But yeah, you know, the 0.786 like that. That's I haven't even drawn a fib here on this chart, and the 0.786 is quite high there. You know, just below my resistance, but you can see it's bouncing perfectly on these. So yeah, right, Bitcoin itself. I mean, based on what we've seen here, bearish dominance. So hopefully, if the bearishness starts dropping, the dominance starts dropping. Sorry, not the bearish. That's my ME where I'm getting my words confused. Lol. And the USDT dominance starts dropping. That would be nice. That would be really good. That's what we want to see. Okay, Bitcoin dominance dropping, USDT dominance dropping, and then alt start coming up. Now it doesn't matter if Bitcoin takes off or not, long and short. Okay, I'm hoping Bitcoin does start to take off. Let's have a look. So the more I see this for the 1st of April, the more I'm actually leaning into it a little bit more, especially remembering, okay, that this is, let me just save this template, breakdown, and then my dog's barking in the background. 1 second. Alright, cool, I'm back. Thanks for the follow there, dude. Much appreciated. Not quite sure why that's shown up twice, actually. I might have to have a look at my alerts there. That's quite funny. But hey, thanks. So yeah, I've lost my train of thought there. Sorry guys, my dog was barking at something. I don't know. She probably didn't like a word I said. I said tax. I remember saying tax and my dog started going nuts. Right, let's did I save it? Yeah, I did. Okay, alright. It's just not refreshed. So here it will be expected movement. That's what I do, and then I'll save that as movement. Sometimes if you put movement, it's a lot better because you're kind of thinking to yourself, well, you're expecting something to happen around then. You're not sure when. I mean, I had an expected movement here. Okay. Now, I was literally, when was that? 14th of March, 13th, like 4 o'clock in the afternoon on the 13th of March. It changed at 8 o'clock. Turned around, just boom. So really, like, that was 24 hours later. It's not bad considering like the time period, you know. But that there was a bit of confluence and reasoning for that one, whereas this one is just purely because it's the 1st of April, it's the end of the tax season, okay? Like, we're going into the new tax year at that point. So currently on the daily with Bitcoin, you know, we're holding this support quite well. Let's have a look. I'm just trying to think, would a box be better? Yeah, box would be better. it's quite a wide area. I don't like doing these big chunky boxes, but I mean that's kind of, let's just cover, like if you try and cover it, then you got to keep moving it down, you know. But for this bit, I'm just going to do that. Okay, do that there. Okay, so you might have the odd wick offs, that's fine, but this encompasses the main bit of support here, and then obviously we've got a stronger support at 77 there. Is it 77? 78. It would be nice, and I know we all want to see it go up, but it would be nice if the fair value gap gets filled, because then it takes it off the table for the rest of the year. Okay, we don't have to keep like, oh, is it going to reverse? Okay, and this is probably like this is probably one of the reasons why people are bearish right now. Let's drag that across. Fair value gap there. Look. Why do I always see these like that? I hate seeing these. Like every time I look at this chart, it's like, oh, there's a gap. Oh, there's a gap. That's not a gap. That's fine. But there's a gap. It's kind of a gap there. It's not been filled completely, but I'm not going to put any weight on it. So that's that one, 63,000. Okay, these are gaps that we've got to fill at some point, somehow, because they've not been filled. Okay, so with that in mind, you can understand why people are taking a bearish stance. Okay, you can understand it. I mean, we got a double top, we got these FEGs, but this year is really the year where Bitcoin's meant to run. Okay, so that's why I'm not really taking a bearish stance, because historically, this would be the year that we run. Okay. Now, as I've said from the start, like here, if we lose 68, okay, if we lose 68, I will take a bearish stance. Okay, and let me update this to there, and then I'll put bearish stance to make it easier so people know my bias. Okay, let me just, so we can read it. There we go. Okay, so that's on the weekly. If we lose 68, the 0.5, then I'll take a bearish stance. Okay, there's no denying it at that point. Okay. Yeah, just give me a second. I need to go get some water. I'm really sorry. Alright, cool. Sorry about that. I kind of don't know, just guess I had a really dry throat then. So yeah, 68k for a bearish stance. That would fill these FEGs. Now that there's a possibly at 68 we could wick down to 63, fill that FEG and then come back up. That would be nice to see, okay? But other than that, I mean, there's not much to the upside on the daily or the weekly. we are, as said, we have reverse currently on a short time frame. Okay, you can't deny that we're going up here. Just trying to be sure, like, you know, that I'm not I'm not just allowing my bias to get the better of me, because that's the thing that we've got to be careful of. Okay. Honestly, I don't know what's going on with my throat tonight. It's just I gave up smoking 8 months ago now, 7 months ago, 8 months ago, and ever since then my throat just gets like really funky. Just end up keep coughing, so I do apologise. It's like I've got something stuck in my throat, even though I don't have anything stuck in my throat. It's weird. Yeah. So anyway, that pretty much covers Bitcoin. We're still in an uptrend. I'm still expecting us to go up. It'd be nice to go higher than this halfway point, but if not, you know, over the weekend could come up, come back down, and then break back off towards the target for this inverted head and shoulders that was confirmed. Okay, this was confirmed. So that tells us that 91k is there. It's just a case of when. In an ideal world, it would have been nice to have seen it already. Okay, let's go over ADA. Yes, I am deep in the red on ADA on my own trade at the minute. It's not nice. But I mean, I'm holding. That's my target. $4. What's that? It's a 42 RR trade. You know, like, it'd be nice if that plays out, wouldn't it? Really. But yeah, anyway, like we've covered the total market cap, we've covered Bitcoin dominance, we've covered USDT, and we've covered Bitcoin. So at this point now, let's go on to alts. Now the thing is, I only really go through a set few alts that I sort of watch, that might change week to week. And like, so it becomes very much like the same sort of content. So like, guys, throw some alts at me that you want me to have a look at this point, and I'll happily go through them and give you my opinion. Okay. For now, I mean, I'm not worried about any of my trades right now. Sol hit stop loss, but I'm holding Sol for long term. So like on a futures trade, so I've just removed my stop loss on Sol. You know, so basically the trade I opened was invalidated on the stop loss. I'm not gonna lie about that, but I removed the stop loss basically. So yeah, it'd be nice to, I mean, on here, like, this is the reason why I removed it. Okay, is because that huge head and shoulders. Head and shoulders. Oh my god, my ME is really bad today. The cup and handle pattern, basically. Okay. So, let me have a look. Did I say 129? Yeah. Okay. So, I think it can actually go further than that. Let me just have a look on Sol. So that'd be there. If it breaks out. But then also, like, where's the midpoint? That's what I'm getting at here. Okay. So this on the weekly. Wow. So where was the target here? I'm trying to think because looking at that cup and handle, $45, like $44, $45. The cup and handle can come that far down before it's invalidated. Okay, and then the target 8,500. Wow, that is one heck of a. Now this is on the weekly, so this isn't anything like this would be over the next 4 to 5 years, I guess. It's quite interesting. I mean, if it hits 40 and 44, I would definitely be buying around there. 100%. I'm just trying to figure out why my target was here and the retest. I got it on a stream a while back. I'll have to go back and watch the stream to see what on earth I was thinking back then. But yeah, I mean, like, for now, my analysis that I did previously, like, this is one of the things. It's one of the things about my ME. So, like, I get cognitive dysfunction. So, for me to actually be able to read the charts and keep up with my accuracy and stuff, like, it's how can I put it? Probably a little bit harder for me than it is for a normal person that doesn't have that ailment. Okay. Now I'm not just saying that to put pressure on or relative or whatever it is. But that's the truth of it. Like, I forget what I'm doing. I could be halfway through a sentence, completely forget. Okay, that's my disability. And I often get sidetracked along with my ADHD, so it makes it hard. And you're seeing the full front of it today. Like, I can't concentrate. I'm looking at stuff and I'm going, oh crikey, what's this? So, like, just bear with me. My analysis is still there, but this is a bit. I don't understand why I've done that. What was this? Because the analysis was on the weekly here. Well, I'll put the target. I'll put a potential retest. I don't know. I'll have to go back and watch my video. But yeah, the cup and handle pattern shows 44. And then on the breakout, 8.5. That would be nice, wouldn't it? So that's probably the target for next season, I guess. Not right now. But if that's the case, then maybe we've had our alt season. In which case, that was a pretty shitty alt season. So let's go off Sol. I don't like Sol. Not now. So though this setup I put out earlier, I don't know if we're going to hit it. It would be nice. So basically, the reason for this, anyway, I can go on this, is we've rejected off the 618. Okay. So from the swing low to the swing high. We've rejected off it on the retest, come back down. So there's a little bit of support around here, which, I expected this to hold somewhat. It's quite a strong level, really. Now, the only reason why I've gone a little bit lower is basically to try and catch a wick. That's all. Okay, so if this plays out, this will be quite a nice position for us. 16.38 RR. We've got the uptrend trend line. Let me color that. There we go. Now also we've got the support here. Okay, so I'm just going through why I posted this setup. We got support there, which meets with our trend line. Okay, it's also on the 0.5 fib. So if I get rid of this, oh, let me show that back. So the 0.5 fib. Let me try and get rid of entry. I'll have to do it this way. There you go. So you can see that there. So there's quite a bit of confluence at that level. Okay. For it to potentially rebound, and the stop loss is halfway between the 0.5 and the 0.382. Okay. So that's the reason for that setup that I posted out earlier, which should be quite good. Sorry, I'm just getting tagged on Discord. 1 second. Yep. Okay, that's cool. Alright, sorry about that. Downtrend, accumulation, bearish. Okay, so my indicators are saying we're going down, it's bearish, and we're still in accumulation. Okay, so that's fine. I don't mind that. It's right. We are in a downtrend here. Okay, but that's on the short term. On the long term, we're on an uptrend. Same as Bitcoin. As long as we don't lose the 382. If we lose the 382, we'd be looking at 0.16. If we lose that, then obviously you got the separate levels to really confirm that we're actually still in a downtrend. Okay, if we start losing those levels. AVE is here. AVE, I'm still in profit currently. So I've held this. It's come back down. My target for AVE is 254. Okay, so it's like I'm holding these long term now. Okay. That gives me only a 1312 RR. Not great, but so far the analysis is playing out as expected. Look, so it come up, come down, come back up, but I kind of hoping it was going to break out. Instead, it's come back down to the support line, so we're getting close. Which again, 1st of April, like everything lines up for when we come out of tax, the end of the tax year. Let me find the marker again. No, that's horizontal, vertical. Do you know what? I should just do this there. Okay, add that there. Okay, so 1st of April there, and then we do expected movement. Thank you. So we're not far from that expected movement. Okay, got a descending wedge. We're still in an uptrend. Currently, we rejected off support there, so it needs to be a little bit careful. But it could just be this. Okay. That's fine. And then Brett, I should have sold Brett really. To be honest, I should have, but I didn't because I'm playing it slightly long term. I mean, if I sold it down here, still would have been a 6 RR trade, which would have been good. I mean, I'll put like 50 cents in or something and made 16 quid on the 6 RR at 200 times. But I didn't sell. You know, it was a choice I made. I don't regret it. No, I don't. Not at all. Because I want this. You know, I think we are coming out of the bear season. Well, it's not even a bear season. I think we're coming out of this correction. I just think it just needs a bit of time. And hopefully I've got enough there to hold it for it to play out. So, I mean, we on the daily look on Brett, we had a downtrend. Now we're going sideways, slightly upwards. Like analysis is as simple as that, just the same stuff over and over. You know, there's no need to change it if it works for you. All right, let me have a look. What's sharing? Everyone with the link can view and copy. No. Yep, cool. Got that. So it'll change. Let's have a look. Okay. It's one thing I sorted out from the last one. Oh. Okay. Look at this. Straight away. Market maker. So near has definitely gone a bit bearish there. Let me have a look at. Hold on. Sometimes on the smaller boxes we've got to kind of play around a little bit. So let's have a look. That was the high. It didn't tick at the bottom. Can I move this? Oh, I know what's going on here. That's funny. It's because I've got click through enabled. So let me just move that over there. Should probably better off putting this down here somewhere, probably. Maybe. No, that would be in the way of that. Can I put it down here? Okay. Yeah. Bit better, I guess. Hopefully it doesn't. There we go. Okay. Right, so on that, if you was to enter a trade, that's normally the levels I'd have it at now, but that's such a huge stop loss down there to have those levels. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I remember now. Okay, I was gonna do this one. So for now, I'm just changing this because I want 0 and I want 1. Okay. So if we entered down here, this would be the movement. So let me just that should then exactly the same. Interesting. Let me just play around with this a second. I'm just playing around with this sec, so just bear with me a minute. I don't use this too much. Let me save this as so this should be basically a harmonic trend in essence, those values 0 and 1, and they should be the same. So I'm not quite sure. What have I done wrong? I don't really do harmonics. I was actually watching a video, how to on it for. I don't understand why that should be the same as that. Should be. I don't know. I'll have to have a look into it a little bit more. Rewatch the video, I guess. Okay. But yeah. So if I go back and do that move, but let's do it this way, I guess. No, where's? Wow, 100%. It's all the way down there, is it? That's a bit insane, isn't it? Okay, I think I know what I did wrong here. Hold on. It's usually with this, you double click it there. Maybe? Nope. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. I ain't going to mess about with that. Okay, so I don't want to do harmonics or mess about with that at the minute because I clearly don't know what I'm doing with that. But there's definitely an M. It's also on support. This is on the weekly up here for near. Okay, so let's mark that as support. Let's move that across. And then let's have a look. I want to see. Yeah, so here it's just support and resistance. There isn't really, it's just resistance that it's bouncing off. There's no fib level really that I can see. I bounce off the 6-6 on the short term. I don't like near. If it's not so much near, it's just the chart. If I can't see quickly, get rid of that. As long as that holds, I guess that'll be fine. But I don't like Near's chart at the minute. There's no trade to be had here at all. So let's move on to XRP. XRP very nearly hit the target. I'm at 340. I'm at 380. It come up to 340, so not too bad, I guess. The support here, it's still holding. Now, XRP has recently agreed to pay £50 million as a fine. So we've lost the recent low here. We don't want to lose this one. But otherwise, this is fine. Support there. So we've looked at Ondo. Let's have a look. Ondo's actually not too bad on the weekly. Look. That's pretty impressive, to be fair, for Ondo. On the weekly. As long as it holds that trend line there. Just be careful of this M. Because that could come back down to 28. roughly. Potential short opportunity if the market is short. Kind of want to get in on the retest. So if it loses that trend line, so 4.7 RR. I mean, that's not a great short, really, is it? But it's there. I'll leave that there for now. That's only if we lose this trend line, by the way, and then fail on the retest. That's kind of what you want to do. So you'd want it to come down, then retest the trend, and if it fails, drop back down, just based on the M there. But other than that, I mean, I'm going to leave them up, see how that looks next week, a week or two. On the short term, we've got bullish pattern print. So we're about to lose that on the daily. But then on the 4-hourly, we've got, let's mark this support area up. Support. See, on the 4-hourly, you got a long positioning opening up here. But it's not really, like, say we were to enter at current market cap, put this just below here. I mean, I'd put it just below the support just to be sure. I mean, that's a 4.6. It's a 3 RR up to the 200-day MA. It's not too bad, I guess. 3 RR is better than no RR. FET seems to be finding its center point here. Support. Be nice if the market starts to turn around at any point. It's like, hello. And again, still slight uptrend. Yeah, see, I marked point of interest out on FET here. Where it reached the top of the channel. It broke out, but it was kind of like a bear trap. So now we've come back. If we were to play this channel, we'd be looking at the midpoint. Possibly. I mean, again, there's quite a bit of support here that we need to hold there. If we lose this support here, it won't be good for FET, because we'll be coming down to the midpoint, which will be the next level to watch, which is 46.98, 47 cents. And if we lose that, I mean, it could go lower depending how long it takes. If we lose that, then we're coming back down, setting new lows on FET. The fact that we've started going sideways a little bit is actually quite nice, because you're kind of like consolidating above the support. The only thing you don't want is for it to be knocking each time, but every time it knocks, it's bouncing a little bit higher. So we've got that going for us, I guess. Sui. Got support there. Okay. So why have I placed the support there? Ideally it'd be there, so we've got front run by $10. That's fine. I've marked confluence. Oh, it's probably, I don't know. But that looks good still. Sui looks good. How can I... this kind of like Elliott wave sort of patterns here. So you got here 2, 3. If that was end of wave 4, so wave 5 could come back up to same as wave 3. Okay, it's one thing people don't understand about Elliott waves. Wave 5 can be equal to wave 3. Okay. Now, generally, it goes higher, but it can go lower. It can be the same height and not actually grow, okay? But on the weekly, that's actually quite a nice little pattern there, because that gives me a bit more confidence. When you look across the rest of the charts, this is where people are getting a bearish dominance from, because I'm looking at the rest of the charts and I've gone quite a little bit for the last 20 minutes or so, half hour, because I'm looking at them and I'm not seeing what I was seeing with the others, and that's like that they're still relatively bullish, but the others are showing extremely bearish. Okay, so if they're showing bearish, it's kind of thrown me a little bit, especially with my analysis. I'm not going to lie. You know, maybe that's a good thing, because it means I'm doing my analysis correctly. Okay, I'm not just buying into a bullish bias that's going to screw me up. Now, this clearly broke below my ascending triangle. Okay, but that's fine, because we're starting to break through. I think. I mean, we come back up. Let me just there we go. Okay. I'll ignore that bit as noise. So if this is right, we could come down here to about 245 on Sui still. But you see how we're putting higher highs in. Okay, and lower highs on Sui. This is good. So 1, 2, you know, we got lower there. So yeah. Oh, hey, smiley face look. So Sui's good actually. I mean, the one thing I look at as well. Okay, let me get rid of this horrible green texture. Let's get rid of that. That support I can go for a minute. Is I'm also looking at the MAs. Now, I use the 7, 10, 25, 50, 100 and 200 day MAs. Okay. And I've got it colored and gradiented. Okay, so for me, it gives me a nice visual indicator between them. Now, I could also hide the MAs if I want on the style. like so. Okay, and you see how it's gradiented. Okay, but then it's kind of... Actually, that's quite nice doing it like that, to be fair, without the MAs. I might start doing it like that. That's quite nice, isn't it? I think it's clean. But it allows me to sort of see how the market is shaping, should I say. So, for example, the 200-day MA, you can see clearly got this curve. Yeah. Which, seeing that curve... Oh. Okay, yeah, no, that's fine, I guess. Cool. Thought I saw something that wasn't there then for a minute. But yeah, kind of gives you a little indication when the market's changing. I like the look of Sui. I'd say we're a little late for a position. That confluence there can disappear. On the daily, we need to see this holding. Let's have a look at grass. In fact, what I'm going to do, guys, I'm probably going to end the stream there because, like, if I'm honest, I mean, the last half an hour, like, I've kind of been a bit thrown, just like when my Emmy's kind of screwing me up mentally a little bit at the minute. And I want to give you guys quality. I don't want to keep giving you subpar analysis. I think we've gone through quite a bit. You know, particularly the start of the stream was good. But the last thing I want to do is kind of just drag it out for the sake of dragging it out and oohing and ahhing and whatnot. So my body's telling me I need to rest, so I kind of need to rest a little bit. It's important to listen to your body. And never, ever take your health for granted. But yeah, on that note, guys, I'm going to love and leave you all. And hope to see you again soon. Alright. Peace out, boys and girls.